Hello, 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 fellow travelers and cruisers. This is Chuck with Let's Travel and Cruise with Chuck. So, some news today. Well, you may have already heard about it, but the CDC and Norwegian Cruise Lines have been working very close together. So, what is going on here is that the Norwegian Cruise Line has been implementing some new procedures that will be in effect immediately. So, what is happening? Well, we're still trying to get the cruises all situated, settled down, so we can all start cruising again because it's not happening right now. But in any case, it gives them time to work on different type of procedures. So again, the CDC has been working very closely really with all the cruise lines, but this one is in particular with Norwegian Cruise Line. So what we have is Norwegian Cruise Line is going to implement an all-new filtration system throughout their entire fleet of their ships. So what that means is it's an installation of a medical-grade air filter that uses the H13 HEPA filter. And that removes about 99.95% all of the airborne pathogens. Again, like I said, that's going to be across the entire fleet of all their cruise ships. So the H13 HEPA filter is one of the highest grades of particulate air filter, and as I said, it removes 99.95% of all particulates that are zero point 0.1, that's 0.1 microns. So that's really small. So what does the H13 HEPA filter mean, or what does it really do? Well, think about it this way. In order to remove the airborne pathogens from the COVID-19, those particulates are at 0.125 microns. So that's really 25% larger than what this H13 HEPA filter will go down to. So it should block out that. If that's hard to fathom or think about or to consider or to imagine, think about it this way. Human blood cell is 10 microns, which is 10,000% larger than that 0.1 micron. Or how about the hair on a head? That is 75 microns in thickness. So that's 75,000% larger than what that HP or H13 HEPA filter can filter out. So it will catch, like it said, 99.95% of all airborne pathogens. So that's great. Some of the other things that they've done is they have enhanced the screening protocols. So it means that all guests undergo an enhanced pre-embarkation health screening, and those considered at risk will undergo additional screening. So that actually means temperature. They're going to take your temperature. So it's a touchless temperature. So you may have seen some things on TV where they either point a little thermometer temperature gun towards your head, your forehead, and it takes your temperature. So that's going to be prior to embarkation. So if you're feeling sick or if you're running a fever that day or anything like that, chances are likely you may not be allowed on the ship. So, and then also upon returning to the ship from any ports of call, they will be doing the same thing. And prior to all meals and dining venues, prior to all activities in public venues, prior to disembarkation, all that, you're going to undergo the temperature check. So the crew, they will go under a very stringent health check as well. So here's what it says. It says, we are enhancing our existing pre-employment medical examination process, which already screens for a wide variety of infectious diseases to ensure the health and safety of our crew. We're exploring onboard testing capabilities that will allow crew members to undergo the latest, most advanced form of COVID-19 testing at any time throughout their employment contract. So that's really good right there too. So some of the other things that they're doing for sanitation measures, it says that all ships are thoroughly cleaned and disinfected prior to every voyage in accordance with company protocols, which are in development in partnership with the CDC's Vessel Sanitation Program. And then it further says that embarkation terminals will be sanitized continuously and, where possible, fogged before and after each embarkation and debarkation. So some of you may have seen the little fog machines that they walk around. They spray in the interiors of airplanes and in public facilities, public areas. So they'll be doing that at embarkation, disembarkation at the port of embarkation. So, and then it says further, all staterooms, suites, and public areas will be cleaned, sanitized, and disinfected at increased frequency, and including the use of electrostatic spray technology. Increased sanitation efforts include the following. There's a lot here. So with the disinfectant, hypochlorous, forgive me for not being able to pronounce this, but hypochlorous, that's what it says. So forgive me for not being able to pronounce some of this stuff properly, but the fogging in the stateroom and in the public areas, they're going to be using a disinfectant called hypochlorous acid, or HOCI. And that hypochlorous acid is a non-toxic but powerful oxidant that effectively kills bacteria, spores, and viruses. It is a natural and safe to use in open areas since it is comprised of natural elements such as water and salt and electric charge. So there's no need to be afraid about when they clean that you're going to get sick from any type of chemicals. So again, that they'll be doing increased frequency of cleaning. So the 24/7 prevention schedule will feature continuous disinfection of public areas and high traffic touch points. We will ensure that cleaning occurs continuously for all elevators and all public areas during on and off peak hours. So full service buffets. Buffets and beverage stations will be full service with staff available to serve guests. Personal hygiene. All guests will be strongly encouraged to engage in frequent hand washing, including when entering food and beverage venues, and hand sanitizers will be prominently placed and easily accessible throughout the ship. So you guys remember, when you walk into the dining room or you walk into buffets or you're going to get anything to drink and you're going to reach out and you're going to grab cups, silverware, before you do any of that, use the hand sanitizers, please, please. I know that plenty of us have been on these cruises and we see folks coming in and they don't do it. Or in their minds or in our minds, we think, oh, I just did it outside over there. But we come walking in and we're touching things before we go and reach for those cups. So just please remember, when you're walking into the buffet area and again to your dining room, just squirt a little on your hand. Do this. But remember, don't squirt, do this and wipe it off, because it doesn't do anything. You need to let it dry on your hands. So some of these other things, you're going to have to be responsible for social distancing. And it says to provide even more space for responsible social distancing, guest capacity on ships will be reduced. Now, we don't know what that's going to be. Is it going to be reduced by 30%, 40%, 50%? We don't know yet. So as soon as I find out, I will let you know. And it goes on to say, in addition, we're committed to reducing capacity in all public areas throughout the voyage. So again, there might be, it'll be capacity controlled for boarding the ship. So instead of 2,000 people, there might be 1,500 people. Dining area might hold 500 people, but it may be reduced to 300 people, which means that I'm just thinking this, there could be definite staggered buffets. You might try to get in, but they may hold you and wait. Your dining times, there may be more dining times or dining options. So we have yet to find out about that stuff. Also, there's going to be enhanced medical resources. So the onboard medical center will be fully equipped with the latest testing kits and medical supplies. It goes on to say, we are also increasing our medical team fleet-wide. Additionally, each ship has dedicated isolation accommodations should there be a need that arises for people to be separated from the general public. Testing kits and medical supplies include advanced on-site rapid diagnostic testing for the COVID-19, increased inventory of medical oxygen equipment, increased inventory of vaccinations, also increased inventory of medications to treat COVID-19, and enhanced health and safety training and continued education for crew members. Now, it says that we will begin to introduce newly created onboard position of health officer responsible for the oversight of all sanitation and outbreak prevention initiatives. Additionally, they will monitor the day-to-day cleanliness of all public areas and accommodations, maintaining compliance with the CDC's vessel sanitation program. So you can be rest assured that when cruising is started up again and we are allowed to go on these ships, it's going to be very, very clean, and it should be very, very safe to go on the cruises. So again, there's going to be some extended ship to shore safety. So it says that they're partnering up with local destination and tour operators to ensure industry-leading health and sanitation protocols to be extended to shoreside experience. It says that they will only visit safe, open ports of call, which may cause changes to the current itineraries. So perhaps some of these itineraries that we're on, maybe something coming up in September for the Mediterranean, and we're hoping to go someplace, we may not be going there if those ports are not adhering to some of the CDC or safety protocols, or if the cruise line does not feel that it is safe to disembark there. So it says keeping our guests up to date with the latest confirmed changes impacting their itinerary is a top priority for Norwegian Cruise Line. So there's a lot of stuff here. So what I'll do is I'll leave a link below so you can see and read all this in detail. Other than that, we have our fingers crossed that we'll be able to start cruising sometime soon. So let's hope that all goes well, and let's fingers crossed that we'll be cruising again. Thanks again for joining me. My name is Chuck Tuck, and this is Let's Travel and Cruise with Chuck. So long.